Hello everyone, Pallytub here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm, the continuation of my A through Z playthrough. We have landed upon Artanis today. Now, he's a character that was not in the game when I was recording this series last time, so I'm going to try to talk about his entire developmental cycle, even though I kind of did that for the other two characters as well. Now, normally I do a practice game before going into these, but I don't remember the last time I even played Artanis, so let's just go in and let's try to figure it all out together. I think that'll be better. Pretty fucking dope skin, though. Like, really good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again on the Infernal Shrines, but on the different side this time. We're on the other side. Hi, team. We are gonna go for, let's look at the enemy team first, actually. Uther, Ariel, Falstad, Sylvanas, Artanis, that's our team. The enemy team, Lee, Ming, Tahaka, Illidan, Murky, Ariel. Kind of worried about the Illidan, always worried about the Illidan, and I always try to build around what I'm worried about. So we are gonna go for reactive parry, I think. Yeah, reactive parry. We're going to make it so whenever we use our W ability, we also gain some block stacks. Good dash on his part. If he didn't do that, he was dead. Our Q ability is called Blade Dash, and this allows me to go over here and then back here. And I don't know why it does that, but it does. You can't stop it halfway through. It's not like an engage in that regard. You just go from point A to point B, and you do it relatively quickly, and then you come back. If you are crowd controlled on the way over, however, you will be stuck at the point of crowd control, which is always really terrifying, actually. My W ability does increase my attack speed as well. Let me read the official description. Your next basic attack immediately causes you to charge a short distance and strike the enemy 2 times. I actually forgot about that charge change. This was not something that Artanis always had. This was something that Artanis got at level 16 previously. His little zealot charge used to be something that he had very, very, very late in his talent build. Now it's something in his base kit whenever he uses his W. So it allows me to be standing back a little bit and then zip over to my target, at least a short distance. And then my E ability, I think is called the Phase Prism, but henceforth known as the Limptic, because it used to be really, really bad as well. Artanis was one of those characters that was added into the game and was just hot fucking garbage. He was really bad. For instance, this, I believe, his E ability had half the range, and its travel speed was awful. Oh my god, the travel speed was bad. So they improved that based on user feedback, and actually they made a really, really good character. Now, when he was added to the game, most people were playing him as... Hold on, we got a bit of friendship. There we go. Most people were playing him as a just hardcore melee assassin damage dealer. He is classified as a warrior. But nowadays, most people are building Artanis for just pure survivability. They get some aggression in the early game, but once you get to the late game, it is all about those shields, and he can generate a ton of shields. Actually, I think that's one of the hardest parts of playing him. There's a very, very fine line between what you can and cannot live through on Artanis. And it's hard to figure out what that is if you're brand new to the character, because his trait allows him to generate shields when he's attacking every few seconds. It has a cooldown, but as you continue to attack, it lowers the cooldown, and it's a pretty sizable shield as well. So this means that if you're not constantly going in on Artanis, then your survivability basically just gets cut in half. It goes down substantially. So that means you have to play this character like as a hyper-aggressive warrior that also doesn't deal a ton of damage because we're building for a survivability, and if we stop attacking at any time, we'll die. So we're really not even that durable. So a very interesting character, but also a very powerful character. Not one I've really sunk a lot of time into, but one that in the past I have enjoyed playing. Let's go. Let's get these region globes. Try to keep everybody healthy here. Maybe switch positions with this Dahaka. I thought it'd be a little easier for my team, but I did kind of move them out of everything. But it looks like we'll secure this kill no problem. The Punisher's gonna push in, but it'll die in no time flat. So I'm just gonna make my way to a different lane and start to gather that XP. Falstad flying down to the bottom lane. I'm just gonna go middle. And again, one of the things I notice when I lose matches, it's mostly because my team just doesn't... Is this a spin? I don't know what this is. Okay, yeah, we'll say it was a spin. When I've noticed that when I lose the majority of my games, it's not because of like, oh my god, the enemy team outplayed us so hard. It's just because we didn't soak as much XP as them. So that's something I'm trying really, really hard to get better at. Now, I think I am... Blade dashes... Reduce the shield overload cooldown, or increases blade dash damage, or do we want follow through? I don't know what I want here. I don't know what I want here at all. Every time blade dash hits an enemy hero, it reduces the shield overload cooldown by 4 seconds. The base cooldown is 20 seconds. Or do we just want more damage? I think I just want more damage. I think I'm going to go for follow through. I think I'm going to be a little bit burstier. Again, I don't know which build I should be running on this character at all, but follow through is something we should be able to use a lot with just his base W ability. We should be able to get a lot of damage out of follow through, I think. Again, I haven't really played the character much lately. I know how he fits to the game. I just don't really know what his builds are, if that's fair. I know that after level 20, we're basically going to go for every single shield talent we can possibly get, because we don't have to spec into the Zealot charge anymore. It's a base part of our kit. And I also know that either of his ultimates are completely viable, and that's actually one of the things I commend about Artanis. You can choose either heroic and they will fit into the game nicely. You should be picking them purely based on what the enemy team has, which is great, and which, I mean, in an ideal world, that's how every hero would be, right? But unfortunately, it's not a totally ideal world. Dahaka is rotating down from above. I was hoping to get in position for that. Unfortunately, it looks like he is going to kill our healer. Now again, I'm going to die as well. Just overextended a little bit too far. It is important to always be thinking about your positioning on Artanis because, well, he really doesn't have his own way to get out. He's one of the few characters that can capitalize on a body block. So let's say we're this Uther here and I'm trying to go to the left and they block me from going that way. I can just swap positions with them. Uther going in there, obviously not the best idea in a 1v5 scenario. He's one of the few characters that can actually do that, but as far as like, uh-oh, I'm too far forward, what do I do? He can't really do much because, again, his Q ability brings him back to the original starting location. Now, because they have an Illidan, we are going to go for the suppression pulse. What this is going to do is a very big area of effect blind. We need to make sure we don't mess up this jump. Unfortunately, I think we've messed up the jump. That's, again, one of those situations where the enemy team already has this objective, and there's really not too much we can do about it. Let's just let them have the objective. I'm going to go ahead and blind them to try to stop the damage that they can do to those towers. I know it's not a ton of damage that I'm going to be mitigating, but every little bit counts here, and it looks like we are in a little bit of trouble here, boys. The Octo Grab coming in from the enemy team. Can I get a gust? Thank you. Thank you, Falstad. So that Punisher is going to get a ton of value because we lost 2 of our heroes very, very early on, and we weren't able to regroup and capitalize on that. Although, very good save from the Falstad there. Maybe we can make it back to the base. I hope we can. We do have the limp tick up in just a moment. God, this Punisher's still getting in and doing work, though. All right, he's been dealt with. I cannot swap someone over the wall, just for the record. But now that the wall's gone, I could bring someone into tower range. They've gotten a gigantic lead on XP because of this push of theirs. Let's get out of this pufferfish and then return back to it. And hopefully pick up an... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Does the hunt have a cooldown? Does the hunt have a cooldown? Oh, he's used it so much. Soak. Soak, 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 soak. Do not chase. Do not clear the lane. Spread the fuck out and get XP. You know, keep fighting Illidan. We will get some XP from the Illidan. We will get some XP from the lead Ming if we continue to pursue, but it doesn't look like we are. But again, while that team fight was going on, the enemy team has Dahaka top. They have Murky middle, and they're just furthering their XP lead because we're not matching them in these lanes. And that's really, really important. Let's just move in here and try to get him out. Swap positions so he's closer to the Falstad. And that should be a kill. But again, now we're not soaking bottom lane. Just public service announcement, everybody. Let me make my camera bigger. Soak your fucking lanes! Okay. All right, I feel better. All right. I'm not salty about it. I'm really not bad at all. Because this is a mistake that everybody makes at some time or another. But it's a mistake that could be easily avoided. It's funny that Falstad says sexy right after I do a close-up on my face. You know, Falstad. You know. Let's clean up these mercenary camps, and then we will move on to the objective. We are going to hit level 13, so we're going to be on the same talent tier as the enemy team, or at least we should hit it soon. 13. 13, 13, 13. Okay, now we can move in. Let's go ahead and pick up our shield talent. The enemy team did lose their Murky. Oh my goodness. How will they go on? We can swap positions with this Ariel, bring her into where I thought the middle of my team would be. Suppression pulse coming out as soon as I can possibly get it. This will stop all the incoming damage from that Illidan while the Octo Grab was active. And man, I'm just trying to deal damage to anybody. They all keep running away from me. Now there's a stasis going on over here. I don't know why. Let's use our Q to finish off that Illidan, put Ariel in the middle of our team, and hopefully finish her off as well. Actually, let's go back for the objective. I don't see any reason to chase this anymore. And we can just move in here and start to clear this out. Unfortunately, the friendly team didn't move back with me, but I think they'll be fine. Crowd me. Oh, uh-oh. Falstad saying the same thing. Yeah, the Ariel is not using her trait. She's not using her trait. Do I got this? Nope. So unfortunately, she's not able to do as much healing as she should be able to do here. And when the enemy team engages, I am going to be all on my lonesome. Which again, not ideal. Dahaka now in the area. Let's swap positions with him. Just keep him away from our Sylvanas player. But unfortunately, the enemy team re-engage really, really hard there. Divine Shield's going to keep me alive, but the enemy team is going to get that objective. And that is going to push middle. So let's just get ready to reinforce this. Do not go in, do not go in, do not go in. Stop, go again. All right, they are backing up. Okay, again, we want this guy to jump as close to our buildings as humanly possible. That's important. That is important. So we'll just hang out here. I can move in, I can soak some damage, and then we should be able to burst it down pretty quick. They do have a pretty scary pushing comp, though. Just a lot of burst damage. And that Octograb, it's not really a danger, but it's really fucking irritating. As long as we react to it in time, it's not really a danger. Good stasis from our Ariel. Let's just keep backing up, team. Let's just keep backing up, team. I am in the isolation from that Dahaka. But yeah, we dealt with this okay. It was okay. Now, if they keep pushing, we're going to have a little bit of problems, but we can kind of push back with our Q. Maybe swap someone in. Probably a bad idea. Now suppress and pulse out, and let's try to just live through everything, because that's what you have to do on Artanis. I don't know what I can and cannot live through, but what I do know is if I don't keep constantly hitting, then I am screwed. Probably a good thing I missed that that prism there. Probably a good thing I didn't swap with that Murky and dive deep into the enemy team. But that went okay. Again, we're losing people where I don't really feel like we should. But that's an honest mistake that anybody can make. Now let us go up here, cleave this down, get level 16. Okay, I should have reacted to that and I didn't. Very low on mana and that worries me. But I'll try. I'll try, team. Yeah, that was my bad. Sorry I didn't react to that. I was trying to get us to 16, which I thought was the best thing to do, but when that fight was going on, you know, just below me and I didn't notice it on the minimap, that was bad. Let's just go get full mana, get ready for the next team fight. Should be happening soon. We are on the same talent tier as the enemy team, which is really good. We need to get these objectives and start pushing lanes down, just so we can apply some pressure to the enemy team. Murky's going to get this. It's fine. He's just doing Murky shit. It's totally good. The hunt coming out from the enemy team on this point, that is ballsy. Let's go ahead and suppression pulse here and just jump on this Illidan. Let's just hit this Illidan for every... I wasn't hitting Illidan, I was hitting Dahaka. Let's hit this Dahaka for everything that we possibly can. That is what I totally meant. A Mighty Gust from our Falstad is going to secure the point, and this stasis from Ariel just means that I can catch up to that Illidan who actually got away from me. Here we go, boys. Here we go. We're doing it. We're living the dream. We're going in. We're dealing damage. Our team isn't following us. I don't know what I can and cannot live through, but you better believe I'm going to keep hitting until I'm dead, because that is how you play Artanis. Please dash. Okay, I guess I'm done going in now. Let's just back up. Let's just zip over to this thing and try to not die. The objective is active at the top of the screen, and we do have a pretty sizable numbers advantage, so this is going to be a really, really good objective for us. No reason to hesitate starting this. Let's get it going. Murky's already up here, but Murky's going to be everywhere, let's be honest. I am totally in favor of completely ignoring him and just focusing on these last hits, although he can steal a few with that slime. We do have the suppression pulse again, just in case we need it. Again, we have such a huge numbers advantage. If these guys move in here at all, we should capitalize on that and kill them. There's no reason they should get away here. Unfortunately, they are going to start to regroup now, so we need to get this objective over with very soon. We do have a full health healer, though, or full mana healer. Uther's looking great on mana, and we should have most of our cooldowns ready to go as well. So as they jump in, we should be ready. The suppression pulse is out, but it did, unfortunately, miss the Illidan. I'm going to try to focus him down now, hopefully with the team's help. And he is going to fall. Now we need to just immediately switch over to this Li Ming and pressure her. She's the second priority target. She's going to be taken down. Now Dahaka at the top of the screen is going to be taken down. We can position even better for this. And now can I get close enough to this Ariel to have a meaningful effect? No, I cannot, but we do get the objective, and this is going to be a really, really good push. Really great trade, too. All we lost there was our... Oh, there's the egg. All we lost there was our Falstad. Now this is like the best scenario ever. We have Sylvanas pushing in with the Punisher. This should be a keep here if we do this properly. We should be able to apply a ton of pressure here and really make this objective count, which is good because we've been missing out on them. I don't think we killed the egg or he moved it or something. I just saw it on the mini-map again. Can we swap this? Nope. We sure can't, team. Please break the wall down. I don't want to be in here. The enemy team's starting to respawn, but again, with Sylvanas, I feel really confident in our ability to do this. Falstad can also fly up here at a moment's notice and re-engage. That's a little bit of damage. We're once again going to go for a shield town at level 20. Oh, Illidan looking really low on health at the top of the screen. But again, this is like their territory, right? This is right in front of their respawn. So even if we are getting them low, they can still respawn, no problem. Suppression pulse going out. We are going to stop this Illidan from dealing any damage. And honestly, we should just leave here. We just leave here. We had a great objective. We got great momentum there. If he wants to keep pushing, though, I mean, I'm not going to let an Illidan smack me around, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, I hit a Li Ming. Team, please re-engage. I know I just said the opposite, but now I'm caught. And it's important. All right, let's just leave for real. For real, let's get the fuck out of here. This is getting ridiculous. I am totally in favor of taking this. If our team's here, we can kill it very, very quickly. And again, it's important to remember we do have the numbers advantage. Suppression pulse not quite off cooldown yet. But we take it just fine. And now we're fighting them in a spot that is really not favorable at all. Oh, can we Q? Oh, no, we couldn't. Awesome, awesome. This game is taking a complete 180. Complete fucking 180. All right, let's just get camps. Bottom might be in trouble. Maybe we want our Falstad to fly over there. I believe he just flew, though. Epic mount, though. That is a thing. That is a thing that he has. So as you can see, we've absorbed a lot of damage. Granted, we do have 2 healers with us, so that definitely helps. I'm not trying to say that Artanis can just live through anything. You can fly, too? Oh, he's talking to the Ariel. Yeah. Level 20. I went outside in between recordings and now my nose is all itchy. I don't like it. Sylvanas is a little overextended here with our Uther, so we're going to go reinforce them, make sure they're okay. Actually, that would have been such a good swap over the wall if we were able to pull that Ariel in, but we weren't able to. And now I think we're looking pretty good, boys. We're looking pretty good for another objective. As long as our Falstad doesn't die to the Octo Grab. Okay. All right, so we're outnumbered in this fight now. We're on the same talent tier as the enemy team. So what was going to be a really good position suddenly isn't. The only saving grace here is the fact that the Murky is split pushing. We also have the crown, so we're good. We can generate a lot of energy for our Ariel here. We have a ton of sustain with all of our shield talents. You know what? I think we're okay. I think staying in here and focusing on this is still the right thing to do. The isolation has hit me, which again, not really that big of a deal. The suppression pulse going down. It was late, and I'm sorry, team. It was late, and I'm sorry, team. We have been stunned, and it looks like we lost our Uther. Is he coming back, though? Yeah, Uther's coming back. So let's just focus this Illidan down. Let's swap positions with him again. We want him cut off from his team for as long as we can have that happen. I'm going to swap over to this Dahaka as soon as I can, just because he's very low on health. Now switching back to the Illidan, trying to focus him down. We're going to take damage from this. It's totally fine. No big deal. We do need the team to continue to follow up with me, though, because I am so committed. We did manage to get to the objective. That's one thing. That'll work for me. Let's swap positions with this Ariel, try to body block her a little bit, jump over the wall, deal that damage with the Q, and now we're in a good spot. And you could see that I was just stuck in go mode. It's like a fucking light switch. When you go in on Artanis, there's no stopping. If your team backs up and you're still fighting, then congratulations, you are gonna fucking die because you cannot stop fighting. The second you turn and try to run, you're not generating any shields for yourself, and you're just gonna be significantly worse off than if you tried to sit in there and tried to just continue to deal that damage. And that's just the underlying mechanic of the character. If you are not fighting, you are doing it wrong. Oh, man, we received a lot of focus in that fight, and there was a really clutch heal, I'm assuming from Ariel, that managed to keep me in there and keep me going. So congratulations. That heal was pretty monumental. Looks like we're gonna win the game here. I want to focus the core. I really do. Hopefully the team does as well. Again, this is a situation where we can get a ton of healing just hitting the core. Doesn't matter if we're hitting a hero. All that matters is that we need to be attacking all of the time. Very good game. We were definitely considerably down towards the middle point of that match, I would say, and we were able to. Sylv sucks. Well, that was out of nowhere. Huh. Please rate the cooperation of your teammates. I would give that an excellent, actually. We turned that match around really, really well. Here are the stats for those of you that are curious. We did a lot of damage, and we soaked up a lot of damage as well. The talents I used in today's video: Reactive Parry, Templar Zeal, Follow Through, Suppression Pulse, Phase Bulwark, Shield Surge, and Force of Will. Yeah, I mean, Artanis is not in a bad spot right now. I don't think I would pick him as a primary tank, and he can definitely run into some issues when the enemy team has multiple Imposing Wills. For instance, Imposing Will is a level 13 or 16 talent that makes it so when you attack that target, their attack speed is slowed. That hurts him a ton. And again, if your team is backing up away from you, you can find yourself in a very hard spot. Illidan was on me a ton in the late game. Illidan was trying to kill me, and that meant that Illidan wasn't jumping in on our Falstad, it wasn't jumping in on our Sylvanas, and that allowed me to stay really postured and aggressive without the fear of my team running away, for the most part, and that I think was one of their biggest downfalls. But thank you all for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. The next character up is going to be good old Artanis, and I have not played him on the channel since his changes, so this should be a pretty good video. Thank you all for coming by. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.